King of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Wands. Lots of competition. Okay, let's talk about competition. When people turn against you and try to take you down instead of just competing fairly. Let's talk about it. Just because you know the steps doesn't make you good at them. You know, there's a lot more to doing things than just knowing the moves, right? You have to learn how to do the moves good. You can't just say like, well, I know this move, blah, blah, blah. And then you still have shown that you have zero education on what you're doing. Okay. It's like learning directions on how to get someplace and then driving wildly to your destination still. Like, you don't know how to drive. Just because you know how to get to the destination doesn't mean you should be driving, you know? You have King of Cups and the King of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Ace of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. You have to learn to know when to exit a certain group, especially if the group, when you start to feel people like giving you that like wild eye of like competition, right? Like you could tell when someone's trying to compete with you in any sort of sport or any sort of endeavor, right? There's a certain look in people's eyes that are like, they're like hungry, and for some reason you're a speed bump. And it could also be involving love, right? But you have to be careful because the more light you have and the more light that you expel, the more insects are attracted to you. Okay, it's just the name of the game. So if you really want to educate yourself on whatever you're doing, just because you know the basic steps about something doesn't mean that you're actually good at walking or driving or whatever it is that you're doing. And these types of competitive people, as soon as they see someone who's educated a little bit more than them in the steps, it's not just steps, it's complete movement, right? If you're dancing and you just know steps, doesn't make you a good dancer at all. It just means that you memorize steps. But are you moving your body? Or do you have the right posture? Do you actually know what your frame is? Do you know any of the actual moves? You don't. You just know steps. It's the first rung of education, and then a lot of people get this inflated ego with themselves and they're just like, well, I know the steps and you don't. Oh, that makes me better than you. And it's like, actually, you have no idea what the fuck you're doing. You have no idea what you're doing, and it shows. But this is also the thing with competition. If you're in some sort of artistic endeavor that, where there's videos involved, if you carefully look at videos, you'll see who's actually laughing at you. And this is the fun thing about videos. These sneaky people that think that they're laughing at your expense behind your back. The video shows everything. Okay, so the video shows you laughing when you turn your head towards the camera and you're laughing at somebody in the class because you think you're better than them. But then the camera picks up on your sneaky little clown face that's laughing at the person in front of you. So you're exposing yourself. Stupid people expose themselves, and they have enough false ego to think that they never will get caught. But this is the thing, even if people can't see what you're doing, the camera does. The camera picks up on everything that you're doing. And the proof is there. You can't delete a video, right? You can, but if people have it in their possession, they also know. And you can see it if you look closely. So we can see when someone's being fake and then laughing at someone in the class thinking that they're better than them. And they turn their heads away from the group, but they're turning their head right to the camera, you dumb ass. You fucking dumbass. So you don't think people are going to catch on to your shady behavior? The camera shows it for you. I've had multiple videos. I have it in my possession of people talking shit, right? Literally on camera. They're exposing them how jealous they are. I have also people talking shit. I have multiple women talking shit on camera. It's literally embedded in the audio. You could hear it for yourselves. You could also hear when people are like, oh, being supportive. Even besides audio, you can watch people's faces and see all their little mannerisms, all their little inside jokes that they think no one is catching on. It's in the video. How dumb do you think people are? So these types of competitive idiots, imbeciles, I like to call them, they might be competing for some sort of King of Cups, King of Pentacles, someone that everyone has their eye on, right? Oh my God, women can get really feisty when there's like a good looking guy in the room. They get real feisty. And there's no holds barred, right? This is like a fight without a cage, right? And it just goes on forever. And you can start to witness, if you look carefully at people's faces and their body language never lies. And if you pick up on little micro expressions in someone's face, you could see exactly what they're thinking, even through a fake smile, even through fake words what they say. The camera picks up on everything. And when you look closely enough, you'll start to see all the little underlings, that start to surface. It's like gremlins coming out underneath the ground, right? It's like evil gremlins. They're starting to surface, and you see that clearly on camera. So these people can walk around thinking that no one's noticing their inside jokes. They're laughing at people, right? If you find people in a classroom laughing at someone else's expense, how stupid is that person? Like how ugly is that person inside? You have to laugh at people to make yourself feel better, even though you don't even know what you're doing yourself. You actually suck at what you're doing. Just because you know steps doesn't mean you actually know how to move. And it's the same thing with, you're a bad driver. You shouldn't be on the road. Pull over, learn how to fucking drive. So it's just something like that, where it's just like people get really competitive, especially women, when there's a catch, right? There's like one man that every woman has their eyes on for some strange reason, and women will take out their claws and start giggling, start making jokes. There's a lot of social manipulation that happens when there's competitive females around. So if you're in a sort of classroom setting or a job setting where there's a lot of females vying for one man's attention, just be wary, and also kind of keep your mouth shut around those types of people, because the camera will show everything.